job and there's no money to be able to hire them because we're looking at them spending 10 and 12 years in jail, and then what happened is when they pay their debts to society, yet we feel that what happened is they haven't done their job. We need to wake up and shut this stuff down. We need to shut it down. This is our city, and God have us here to be able to bring about justice that we need to be able to bring about. We can no more shut it down any longer. But I'm going to have one of the family members come up at this time to be able to talk concerning this issue. So we're going to have Minister Morris come at this time and being able to talk on one of the family members.
Other family members at this time, but this was the house here where the young brother was gunned down and shot in the head. But before I go any further, I just invited someone. I told her that she would have a few words today, and I see her here, so I'm going to bring her on right now before I say what has to be said as it relates to these guns, because this porch is not unfamiliar to the police department. This porch and other areas, especially in this area, there's so much to say. If we get proactive, get more aggressive, 16 year older, I'm not going to say it's the police department's fault. It's not their fault. But I want to say this here, that we have to know that we have to go full force in this city. Full force. Not half a force, but full force. If it takes 24 hours a day, if it takes every man in a blue uniform, if it takes every detective and every task force, if it takes the chief of police and assistant chief I know here today, he's been out in the street, whatever it takes, close this down. We're not talking about racial profile. We don't want you to go and knock the brothers down and stomp their face into the ground. We're not talking about that. But we want to go after those people too that are selling these guns to these kids. Somebody's bringing these guns in the black community. What is it about our skin that makes it okay that we can take guns and shoot one another down? We don't hear that those Puerto Ricans, the Latinos over on Grand Avenue, we don't hear about those kids shooting one another. We don't hear the Koreans shooting one another down. What it is about a black youth? What it is about our black people? Are we not worthy to be protected? Every day, police officers that know these territories, close it down and don't let it get back up again. It's time that we have to raise even our brothers. I'm tired. Here we can spend billions of dollars on wars. Billions of dollars and millions of dollars on everything that we think is going to benefit in another way. And we can't close a small town down. New Haven ain't but that big. New Haven ain't but that big. And most of the crimes are happening in these geographical areas where you know it's happening. It has to stop. I was told that this porch was a problem. It was a problem. How in the world are you going to have young boys? I love every last one of them. But how are you going to have young boys line up on streets, on corners and porches, and know that something may be wrong? But they're squeezing, they don't have jobs. They don't have no place to go. You're forcing our young men to the prison house. If you're ex-felon, you can't get a job. Our juveniles are going to jail at 14, 13 years old, keeping a record. It's time for us to step it up. It's time for us to step it up. So again, how can you be on one side of the street down and don't close it down. If your leadership is not in order, get them out of there. Get them out of there. If they're not doing their job, get them out, put someone in there to get the job done. Only in the black community. And it makes it seem like somehow we're animals. It makes it seem somehow that we don't count. But today, we don't want to see another young brother shot down. Let me tell you a story, and this is a suggestion. We got a new assistant police chief. This is not his fault, he's just coming on. He just inherited the problem. We got a new young chief of police. He just inherited the problem. They inherited this problem. Let me tell you a story. One of the towns here in the state, in the area, not too far away from here, maybe a couple of states over. They got 250 murders in the black community. 250. And that was in the middle of July. What they did, they had a reporter that traveled every night with a police officer from 11 to 7. During the course of the night, for a month, there was about 30 calls through the course of the night where the phones were calling about a dog was next door, my husband is fighting me, domestic abuse here, and what they kept the policemen running all night long for domestic problems or different problems in the community. They came up with a plan that I like to see happen here in the city of New Haven. They brought a criminologist into the city. They said, as an example, everybody that's in Newhallville, the police officers would continue to do what they do on a normal basis in the Newhallville area. And I'm just using New Haven. And on the other part of the city, they put 24 hours police focused on the guns. They didn't receive no more small calls. But they focused one side of the city and focused solely on going after guns. Now what happened after a month or two? They found out that the side of town that they went aggressively after the guns, the crime of guns went down. You know why? Because they were taking them off the street, left and right. Nobody could hold a gun. And the brothers who had the guns, they never brought them into the street. Know why? They were too afraid that they brought them into the street, that they would be stopped by the police officers that have been taken. Instead of just going out and shooting somebody, I would have to run all the way home just to get a gun to come back if I want to do something. It makes you think. We gotta get busy. We gotta get an all-out force. This should not be another rally. We're tired of these rallies ourselves. Nobody we want to call a rally. We call rallies to keep it alive. We call rallies so that another black young youth don't have to die and make it seem like we don't care. It's time for us to step up. And let me say this as I turn the mic over. It's not just the police, it's not a blame game. Mothers, fathers, we said it before, see like the same thing being said. We have an obligation. And the young brothers, know that you don't have to take a gun and take a life. So I thank God for being out here and addressing the issue. But before we leave that, we will have a prayer as a community. But this has to stop. Barbara Field.
Guns is this. Where are the guns coming from? Nobody's addressing that. Kids will argue, kids will fight, that's going to continue forever. But they will fight and they will still have their life. But as long as these guns continue to come in our community and they're flowing so freely, as long as nobody's making a real commitment to go after the people supplying the guns, these kids will continue to have guns. These kids are angry. They're in despair. They're hopeless. And when they get upset and they got a gun in their hand, they use it. We have to stop allowing these people to bring these guns into our community. A couple of months ago, I sat down with the assistant police chief. I sat down with some from the mayor's office, and I told them, what are we going to do to stop these guns coming in our community? There's been several articles written about people who have been arrested for selling guns. One of those people was a Hampton police officer selling guns into our community. That gun was traced back to 4 shootings. Whatever happened with that officer, we don't know. We also found out there was chiropractors in Canton, him and his wife, selling guns out of their home. A Milford gun shop owner got arrested, allowing people to come in and buy guns that he knew they weren't supposed to legally have. It's all about money for them, but our kids are dying in the streets while they're making money. Until somebody and some real leadership in this community takes a stand and stops focusing on who got a bag of weed, but who got a gun on them, until that happens, our kids will continue to die, we will continue to have rallies, we will continue to have funerals. And family members are in pain right now. Our community is in pain. We have to come together as a community and value every life, our own life and everyone else's life. Every child in this community is our children. They're not no strange person that we get mad with and just put a gun to their head and shoot them and kill them. These are our family. And that's what we need to work on for our community. We need to work on getting ourselves together. And our leadership needs to work on getting rid of these guns and making that a focus in New Haven. Thank you.
The mother, you don't want to have a word. Somebody from the family, or I'd like to have come up, anybody. Our young people are so messed up behind some of the things that are going on. We have this pain all the time, like young people going through pain. Chili Will, come on up and have a few words.
And, I'm the founder of the street team in New Haven, Connecticut. And myself, I'm tired of all these killings of these youths. It's senseless. But we can't blame the police department. We have to do this ourselves. We have to do it as a community. We all have to get together, men, women, everybody have to get together and pull together and do this thing together. And my street team, what we're going to do is go on the streets, talk to you, try to get the respect, get them to respect us, and do what we try to do to help. But we have to do it as a whole. I'm looking for volunteers, good men, women, anybody come on my team. And but like I keep saying, we have to do this as a unity, because these killings are senseless. It just don't make any sense. Like you just said, these guns coming from somewhere. We have to get to the top of where these guns are coming from, get the guys who are selling them to these kids, because these guns are coming freely and almost free, but they don't cost nothing to get. And it just don't make any sense. And God bless everybody out there and the family.
Elder John.
Apostle Brother and everybody that's out here. But I do want the voice of the young people to understand. I mean, we, as those that are, like Apostle Brunson said, the OGs, and those that are trying to, people that are trying to make a difference. But the real difference, young people, is going to come from you. We're trying to find out where and how to solve the problem when you have all the answers to the problem. You know where the guns are, you know the people that got the guns, you know the people that have been involved. And it's going to take you to make the difference. All we can do is cry out, be here for you, try to make a path for you. But you're the ones that got to make the difference. You are great. Don't let nobody else ever tell you that you're not, no matter what you've done, where you've been at, what you haven't done. You're great. And it's a conspiracy to try to destroy and to keep you down. It's a conspiracy. They don't want you to be everything that you truly are. But you got to know that you're great. And you got it now. If you know that your friend carries a gun, or you know that your friend has the potential to get a gun, you need to talk to him. Sometimes you might not feel secure coming talking to one of us or somebody that you might know that's older than you. So then you start to do the work. But it's going to take you to step up to the plate and make a difference. I know that it hurts to you to lose one of your friends and those that are dear to you. So now make the difference. Take that pain and turn it into energy. Take that pain and make it something to happening around the people that you're around, that you know that was associated with the young man. You got to make the difference. You got to make the change. So I just want to encourage you, and I just want to let you know that we are here for you. But we're here to hear what you have to say so that we can develop what you need. Amen.